Hello and welcome to HyzerMedia's coverage of the front nine of the Birdie Presents the Battle at the Bird's Nest at South Vineland Disc Golf Course in South Vineland, New Jersey. This tournament is presented by Birdie Disc Golf Supply. I'm Dave Oster here with Rick Hansen. Rick, are you ready for this round?
Yes, I am. I was actually out there playing with them, so it's nice to be able to see what the pros did out there. We got Jason Tiligadas. Then we have Alex Nicosia, Curtis Toews, and bringing up our card is Brian Brain Hart out of South Jersey Disc Golf, sponsored by Cosmic.
Great card to get started. The first tee is actually on the other side of this lake, but their tee shots should be landing around where the drone flight started, and then they'll be maneuvering through these clumps of trees. We're obviously looking at footage that isn't showing what the course currently looks like. Middle of winter, there's a few less leaves, but we'll see how these players maybe take advantage of that difference between the drone footage and the actual footage.
Yeah, and the leaves are blowing there, but I have to say round one, it didn't feel too windy. But again, I didn't have to throw over the lake. But this is a good rip. Alex looks to put it out right.
Yeah, all day this hole was easily the windiest hole. Dead headwind, which is just the worst that you want for having to have a water carry hole.
Oh, Brian with the lucky skip up with the forehand. Or was he trying to flip over forehand roll? No way.
I doubt that was his intended play, but he is dry, so that is the important part.
That's what matters. Tilly going with the skip.
And he makes it.
He's safe. That's what matters.
And he's laughing. He did not intend for that, but again, two unintended throws worked out in the favor of the players.
Yeah, and Tilly, I apologize. I did read your full name and said Jason. I know it's Jay. I'm sorry.
Lots of nicknames on this course. We got Brain, we got Jay. I think Curtis goes by Curtis Lowe on Facebook, something like that.
It looked like Tilly got it up there, though.
Curtis just having to pitch out. Wound up in the woods on that left side, yeah.
Yeah, and part of what makes this hole so dangerous is that headwind, which can turn anything over. And you see there how much Hyzer Alex put that on, and then it flipped up before coming back.
Yeah. And this is an interesting hole. They're playing it obviously as a par 5 from the longest tee, and maybe in a different wind, these guys can certainly reach this in 2 and give it an eagle bid. As we see Curtis go very wide.
Ooh, just came back.
He hit land and then rolled out of bounds, so he does get to advance, but with the penalty stroke.
Bad break early. Tilly here giving it a little. Comes up short. Headwind looked to catch that and just settle it back down.
Yeah, this really was an intense headwind, probably at least 20 miles an hour.
Brain, little tomahawk trying to get out.
Yeah, just gets caught. That was a good line. It was going to get him out and then flex back away from the water, but unfortunately got caught up a little bit. Great.
Alex with a nice layup. That is such a scary layup putt from there with that wind.
Got a little skip too. There we see Curtis was able to get his disc, but with a stroke.
I guess the joy of getting the putter back did not overcome the anger of going in the lake.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, Jay just lays up there, shakes his head. I'm not taking that chance.
Yeah, this early, there's no need to risk it. Obviously, the entire tournament left, so smart move.
Yeah, Brain taking a a bogey. That's right. This is playing as a par 5. Well, Alex gets the birdie, plays it nice and clean.
So Jay with a par, Alex with a nice birdie to get started, 2 bogeys for Curtis and Brian. We'll round out hole 1 and we'll move over to hole 2. Par 3, 303 feet, tight wooded, not quite as tight at this time of year. Obviously we're looking at, again, many leaves on the trees, but it's a little bit of a left to right. This is about the corner that they're trying to turn. Either a backhand turnover or a forehand will get you there. And when you get it right around here, if you miss all of these trees, you're pretty much going to be parked. But that is a big ask unless you have pinpoint precision. So we'll see if these guys are able to do it.
Yeah, that tree at the end of the fairway sits out at 181 feet, so it's a little shorter around the corner. I think it sets out better for that turnover because the forehand does turn quick. But it looked like Alex did hit the tree there at the end.
Yeah, kicked left too, which is not the favorable direction for this hole. Whereas, Jay hit it and went right, so he'll have a cleaner look for his second shot.
Yeah, but that is the play, is to flirt with it, just miss it. Hits the little guy next to it.
We'll see if the forehand can make it actually past these trees.
Yep, comes through, and that's the danger with the forehand is coming off a little early. There is, in the winter especially, there is a left side gap that you can tend to get through. Alex again staying in trouble. Curtis advancing maybe 20 feet.
Yeah, these guys, they're on the rough, and it's surprising how rough it can be because it doesn't look that bad, but there's just really no clean lines once you get over to that left side to get back, even just back into the fairway.
Yeah. All right, good out by Curtis. Edge of circle there. Alex squirts through again. Brain should be able to can this. There he goes. I'll tell you, I've watched Brain putt a lot, and it always looks like he's out of balance. Never looks like he's in control of it, but he always puts his foot right down in the right spot.
Yeah, he's got a lot of things moving, but the most important one is the disc goes straight.
Yeah, now I'm worried next time I see him he's going to hurt me.
All in good fun, Brain, all in good fun.
Tilly cleans up with the par there. And Alex gives back the birdie from hole 1.
So Brain gets his birdie back from his bogey, and Alex gets his bogey after the birdie. As we move on to hole 3, par 3, 183 feet. This is the wide line. We're playing from the shorter tee actually for this tournament. So these guys are going to be playing straight through the woods. Well, you see where the tee is, you see where the basket is, and now we look at the line that they're actually throwing.
Yeah, this is such a deceiving hole. Oh, off the pole. I was just going to say, this is such a deceiving hole because the gap, it's right there, but this gap is so tight that it has to be perfect just the way Brian threw it. And Tilly, oh, they're making this hole gave me fits. Oh, do it. Oh. Wow. Inches.
Great run by the 3 of these, all of them within just an inch of dead center pole.
Curtis pulls it a little early. That could prove to be challenging, yep.
Yeah, this, like you were saying before, they're very short hole, maybe probably the shortest on the course if I'm not mistaken. But if you get off on either side, it's just jail until you get all the way up to the green.
Yeah, for me, I'd rather kick out the way you flew to the basket. If you kick out far enough left, you can have a look for 2. But we're going to have 3 birdies. Blaine gets his, and Tilly's going to clean us up here. 3 down for the card.
Not too bad. And we will move over to hole 4. It is a par 4, 491 feet, pretty much straight down without the leaves. I think these guys are going to try to challenge the trees on the left side to take it a little bit wider, get about halfway to give themselves a good approach coming up to the built-up tiered green with the basket sitting atop it.
Yeah, and this is another hole the wind's getting you with that headwind coming off the lake. You got to be worried about turning over the forehand, but this seems to be the right play. Throw it out, flex it back, let it hit into the hill so you have a good line. The other strong play is backhand roller, which I think Tilly's going for here. Look at the wind push that into the woods, though. You got to get it to go down the hill so when it curls up, it comes back up onto the flat.
Yeah, I think that's a great play. Like you said, it's got to go down the hill. Oh, as we see, Alex turning this over. Not going to come back with this wind. But yeah, if you get it down there with a roller, it's a beautiful play because it's just going to slow it down coming back up the hill.
Come back. Oh, that might have been a good tree.
Oh, yeah, that saved them.
Yeah. But that is the play. You have to challenge those trees on the left-hand side with that forehand. It's just the headwind. You turn it over a little bit. Did it fight through? Okay.
A little bit, yep. He'll have a little bit of a bid at that from there.
There is a backdoor line there. If you're far enough out, I think it's through 5's fairway.
And I think that's what Jay is trying to do. Can't quite tell where he landed, but he's closer to the basket. I think in between.
Big skip.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, Brain playing it perfect. With that forehand, throw a higher speed disc, get it to hit the ground, big skip right. Curtis going the air route because he was a little further out. Oh, sit down. He did not deserve that.
Oh, that was a great shot. Pretty much parked it, but that's kind of the risk with this elevated green.
Tilly fights through that.
Yeah, looks like he kicked the tree, but it kept going. And he's right on the circle.
Alex gets... Oh, what a run. He attempted to save a par there.
Yeah, almost did.
Oh.
And another
Big
unfortunate roll away for Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis is off to a rough start here. Nice uphill putt into that headwind by Tilly.
He played a completely different hole than the rest of these guys. Went through the woods pretty much the entire way.
Yep.
But
managed to save his par.
Yeah, gets the par anyway.
Curtis disappointed with his par there.
Yeah, that disc was a foot from the basket two throws ago, but it took him that long just to get it in.
Brain grabbing the bird. And Alex should clean up here for, I believe, a bogey for him.
Yeah, unfortunate with the out-of-bounds stroke, because besides that, he played the hole very well. But we move on to hole 5, back into the woods, par 3, 288 feet. A little bit of a hook at the end of the pretty straight fairway. Basket we'll see is on the left side. A little bit of a dry creek bed behind that you can go down and give yourself a difficult putt. But if you skip short and don't go too far long, then you'll have a good putt at it.
Yeah, this one you need to ride almost straight all the way there with that late flare. Brain goes forehand, just doesn't get it to keep turning.
Yeah, very difficult for a forehand to go that straight, that long, and then turn over. So I think you just did about as good as you could do.
Jason, a little tight. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. That last big tree sticks out just a little bit more than everything else.
Yeah, you can't really saw it off. You really have to do, like you said, go straight, 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 and last second turn hard.
Yeah. Off the tee here, you'll notice on this next tee shot, there is that one thin tree that sticks out there that just always seems to catch your eye, but you need to push right about there.
Yeah.
And that could be nice if it holds out. going in early. Oh, good touch right under.
Yeah,
Good shot by Alex.
misses that big tree that Jay got caught up on. And actually, I think he goes right through this gap that we're looking at through the basket here.
Curtis just trying to lay up there, give himself a par. Green's got a book. Oh, he thought he had it. It looked like he was moving.
Yeah, it was on line, just a little long.
Jay with a good putt there. Nice birdie.
That was a long one. That was midway through circle 2. Take another look at it.
Yeah, never left the basket. That was right on line.
Yeah, 40, 45 feet maybe.
Brain with the par. Curtis grabs his par, and we haven't gotten to Alex's shot yet. Wow, he ended up close. That died after landing.
Yeah.
Alex with the nice birdie. I was worried with it landing so close, he might skip back into a little of that trouble behind.
So a couple birdies, and we will move on to hole 6, par 3, 310 feet. This hole gets a lot harder in the summer. All these little hanging branches, just there is no line really. But now we see it. Bright sky, you can see the whole way. It makes it look like a much easier hole. And we'll see these guys. It's pretty much the same play. You got to throw it straight. Basket is over a little hump at the end, and then it opens up. So actually going past the basket will give you a better look at it than short.
Yeah, so far our first two guys are holding tight. Just to the left, there is a channel where one of the alternate baskets is. That's probably a good 10, 15 foot drop in there.
Yeah, I believe that's actually where Jay's shot ended up. So we'll get a good look at that coming up.
Yeah, and this basket's scary, but challenging it too, because that goes right back out into the open. Any gust of wind, it could do funny things when your disc lands. As Curtis hits an early tree. Now Hyzer back. Good dodge by Catch Cam.
Shout out to catch cam operator Wendy, doing a great job. Always putting herself in danger to get you guys the shots. So comment down below how much you love catch cam operator Wendy. She'll appreciate that.
Oh yeah, you could see how far down he is.
Almost on the alternate hole's tee pad, which is pretty close to the basket, but just not a good line to get over there.
It's a good out though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex has a little windowed look. Ooh, gave it a run. Aggressive run. Curtis coming back, saves his par. He's working for these past couple of pars, but
He
maybe
sure
that'll
is.
build confidence.
Yeah.
Brain taps in his par. I think Alex and Tilly will be pretty close. Oh. Sorry, Alex. I didn't mean to do it to you.
Rick, this is post-produced. We can't really change the outcome, although it feels like we do.
Well, thanks for the reminder, because now I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad that I did it. I
Yes.
just feel bad that he did it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on here to hole 7. One of my favorite holes on the course, because you'll see it is a nice forehand gap. You're looking at about 212 to this tree here in the center, and then you want to skip over to the right-hand side. This is another hole like hole 6 that plays very different in the spring than it does in the winter.
I'm starting to see a theme of this course.
Play it when it's dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at Jay.
Absolutely parked. That was probably 100 feet of ground play. That was amazing.
Brain just getting hung up on the out. And this hole, again, once you get past that tree in the center, does get affected by the wind because it is just an open chute from the parking lot. Big flare. I don't think he was counting on that much, Skip.
No, that was clean through, perfect angle, and trees actually stopped him, but probably had enough momentum to keep going another 20, 30 feet. But he'll
Yeah, that
probably
was
be,
moving.
edge of circle, something like that.
Alex Hyzer's a little early into some trouble. Trying to come out with a little ground play. Gets a little hung up. Little tester there. Brain lays up.
Off the top
Over
of the
top
basket.
again. Yeah.
Al-
That's two really aggressive runs in a row out of Alex that have just gone sailing by.
He's had a very up and down round thus far. He hasn't had a par yet, and he's at even. So that gives you a clue.
Yeah. And then takes the bogey on that one. We still haven't gotten to Jay's tee shot.
Yeah, he's off taking a nap somewhere while everybody else finishes the hole.
Brain with the gentleman's gift there. I'll pick up your par.
And we move on to hole 8, par 4, 556 feet. Most of these players are going to try to throw the backhand hyzer and land somewhere out in this open, setting themselves up for an approach shot through one of these gaps here. Low ceiling. It also dips down. It's making it seem maybe wider than it is, but you can't really hit the ground, obviously. You're just going to stop you short. And then the basket is tucked up into the trees.
And that little tree we saw right near the basket seems to get in the way of a lot of good approach shots, leaving you with an obstructed putt.
And I think that's a sign of a good designed hole, right? If your whole fairway, whatever throw you have, gets you to a good spot, and you still have the potential for difficulty on the green, I think that's a good way to add difficulty to disc golf.
Oh, skip off the road, come back. Hold. Hold.
Ooh, and I think it just does. That rope is not an out of bounds line. That's just kind of a guide for cars. It is the road, and I think he is in bounds.
And this just stood up a little bit. Seems like a common area. I think he's over there with Brain as well. Jay didn't go as far in as I thought he did, but he turns that one over a little bit. Maybe it fought through to the opening on the other side of that ditch.
I think just barely. A little bit of a obstructed throw, but he is on the other side.
Alex with a smooth turnover, though. Hits a tree, kicks him into some of that trouble. Forehand roller, just got to stand up.
Well, kind of gets through that ditch.
If you get through enough, he'll have a long look. This is a nice look from Curtis. Just scraps it, hits it down. Edge of circle 2 for him. Bring with a nice layup, take the par, keep moving on.
And that is Jay in there somewhere. This is where he is through, but not quite.
He got out really well. I was trying to figure out exactly who that was from the camera shot. I couldn't place who it was.
Yeah, luckily I was there, and I could tell you.
Yeah, Alex just burns it by. Curtis gave it a bid.
That's 3 holes in a row that Alex is going for it from out of the circle. Hasn't been able to connect yet, but comes back with the comebacker for this one.
And as you said, Alex finally takes his first par.
Yeah. Only took 8 holes to get it.
Looks like we're going to finish up 8 with a par frame for our group. I gotta stop jumping the gun when that last one's a tester. I believe in these guys. All right. Going into hole 9 here. Hole 9, you tee off from a nice little dock, little uphill. Pushes out, total 308 feet. Right about, I remember my measurement, right about 250 is when you want to start going left. So the play here is push it out down there, get a little skip over, or hyzer high in the air now that it's winter and we don't have the low branches. The green is on the hillside, so it's very dangerous down there.
Yes, deep drop off behind and to the left to worry about some rollaways. If you go down behind, it can go all the way to the water. This time of year, it seems like the water is much lower than it is in the drone footage, so maybe not so much.
Brain going, Tommy hits a tree before the turn, and Jay just skipped in just a touch early, but that is the play. Keep it low right here. And Curtis pushes a little deep, just a touch deep. It's such a precision shot to get around that corner.
And not a bad shot by Alex. Gets up there. We have a up jump shot. Unfortunate.
Brain with the jump putt. Yeah, hits the tree. I mean, Curtis ended up okay there. Just he knows that green is nothing to mess with from this far back.
Yep, just lay it up.
Yep, there's enough roots down there. You just push it close. It'll stop. Tilly looking for a bid? No? Okay.
This is a tough basket to run, even for, these top level guys.
Brain looked like he was in 2 minds there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, that tree saved them. That was right on the edge of where that could be going down a long ways.
Yeah, and that hill, the camera doesn't do it justice. That's a scary rollaway hill.
Yeah.
Curtis is not having fun right now.
No, definitely expecting to have a better start than he's having right now. But, we're only halfway through the front 9. Plenty of golf left, as they say. But with that will be our front 9. We are going to go head over to the back 9 in just a minute. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to HyzerMedia's channel. We also have a podcast called HyzerCast Disc Golf Podcast. Myself, Joanna Latini, and Lou Garcia do that. Maybe Rick Hansen will be a guest on that someday. Who knows?
Maybe.
But with that, we're going to head over to the back 9. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next hole.